Hey, y'all, welcome to the Common Good Podcast. I think that's our first cartoon that we've ever had on as a little intro slide.
And we got our theme music back. It's a big day.
I was really fishing for that recognition there. Thank you. And I just needed to do the most simple, basic thing. Just put that file in the spot where that slide plays.
Yeah.
That was it. Nothing to it.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Hey, Doug Paget here in just outside of Minneapolis. We painted our house this weekend. Well, started Friday. We didn't do it. We hired painters. Friday, finished yesterday. It's been a 10-year-long process that we've been saving for and working on and talking about when are we going to do it. And finally, this big old 1890s farmhouse looks great. But we didn't change the color. And some people really think if you're going to go off painting your house and do all the work to prep the wood and do proper scraping and do the full, primer on the whole thing and all that, they're like, you should change the color. And we're like, no, we like the color.
Yeah, your house has it's a distinctive red color that you just don't go changing that.
Thank you.
Are you going to pick something trendy like gray or, like that dark charcoal? No.
Yeah.
No, you guys have that timeless classic.
Yeah.
It's like that deep red. It's really great.
Yeah. So I said to our neighbor across the street who's 11, she said, well, you didn't get very creative with your color. She's the best, Harriet. I said, well, Harriet, I think of it more like we just washed our face. We didn't go for a facelift. We just cleaned up. So we got rid of the old dirty paint, and we put the better stuff on. She has to look at it every day when she leaves her house, and her whole life it's been that color. And somehow she thought maybe we would give her something a little different to look at, and we said, no, thank you. So it's been a big deal in our world around here. It was a huge project to think about and plan and everything else, and it's been all consuming. And
they have to scrape it and strip it and all that first.
2.5 days of scraping and sanding and prepping. As every good painter will tell you, prep is 70 or 80% of the time and the work.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to prep, painting is fast, which is the way we've done it. Like we've kind of scraped. We've been here 25, 26 years, so we've done things. But we've ended up with different sheens of paint. We've ended up trying to color match, and it's not been quite right. So if you knew to look, and it was peeling all the time, just constantly peeling. Yeah. Well, you've seen it. Maybe you even remember it. It looked, Rob Schenk referred to our house in a Mother Jones article as ramshackle, which he was using in the positive sense of like, and I was not offended at all, but other people were like, ooh, he called your house ramshackle. I'm like, what? I mean, I think I'm a bit ramshackly, but if he was getting at the peeling paint and the mismatched sheens and colors, no more will you ramshackle our house under those. You'll have to find better reasons for ramshackling our house. What happened around there, Rob? What critter update do we need to know from the shed?
Doug, do you have slugs in Minnesota?
I don't think so.
I think I can't remember slugs in my life. When I lived in the North growing up. But since I've been here in the South, slugs are a thing, and man, the slugs this year are bad. Like they come out in the early evening and they leave this little silvery line behind them. Doug, I'm sitting on my back. They're gross. And I mean, sometimes if you're walking around barefoot, you end up stepping on them. It's just nasty. And Doug, I'm sitting on my back porch last night, my ramshackle back porch, and it was a couple nights ago. And probably enjoying a cigar, watching some TV or something, and just kind of decompressing. And I feel something like and I reach, and there's a slug on my shoulder, Doug, on my shoulder.
Below the shirt, like touching skin?
No, it was just beginning to touch skin as it moved towards my neck. Just, ugh.
Well, apparently we do have, I had to look it up on the intelligence, and we do have slugs in Minnesota. It actually answered with absolutely you do. So
yeah,
apparently
they don't make they're not making physical contact with you, I'm sure.
Not that I've ever known. Yeah. I've never paid any attention, but now maybe it's like, your story of you buy a car of a particular brand, and next thing you know, you're seeing them all the time. Maybe I'm going to see slugs on the side of my newly painted house and be really bothered.
No. These things are unavoidable.
And what a word, slug.
Slug. I know, it's just gross. It's just
sluggish.
Gross.
But you know what? It does fit.
Yeah.
This current administration.
Yeah. Oh, slug. My goodness.
Kind of just leaves a slimy trail behind.
Oh, that's right. It touches you and you just get shivers all over your body. Can we just get this out of the way? I don't know the latest, but Donald Trump has not been seen in 8 days.
Is that so? Didn't he go to the hospital too recently?
Rumors are that he's not been seen in public since the cabinet meeting at Camp David.
Oh.
And maybe he's had a stroke again.
Again. Maybe he faked the stroke. I refuse to go down the road of Donald Trump is sick. Donald Trump is feeble. Donald Trump is in trouble. Nope. I need full confirmation for my heart to be set free.
Yeah, you need.
I don't want anything to befall the man.
You're like an insurance company that's going to need we're going to need to see the death certificate.
We might need a photo of the body. I do not want him to die, even though we all will. I do not want ill to come to him. I do not want him to be ill. I want him to stand in front of a camera at noon today and say, I hereby resign the presidency, effective noon today. That's what I want. I want him to do what all the people around him are doing and quit. I want him to be the chief quitter. Don't want anything bad to happen to him. It doesn't need to. Something good could happen to him, and that is he comes to his senses and realizes he's destroying America. 250 years, and he's just put a slimy slug streak on it.
But Doug, there's so much winning. I mean,
go on. What else has happened with his illnesses?
That's all the speculation is that maybe he's had a stroke again.
But there's obviously people who are seeing him, right? Like he's got a presidential calendar and people are coming and going. He's at the White House, or
apparently the presidential calendar has been very scant.
Oh,
it's just said like meetings.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Doug, you were born in the 60s?
1966. Just about in the middle. Yeah. July 66.
Yeah, I was born in 75. So
60 years ago. You were born in 75?
Yeah. So, when we think about we grew up in the era of really great music.
Mm.
And, there was a lot happening, a lot changing,
Mm-hmm.
Think about the impact of acts like the Commodores, the hair band, the great hair bands of the early 80s,
Yes.
like Sunny lead singers like Bret Michaels. the emergence of rap music when it came on the scene. We were probably a little too old to watch like Yo MTV Raps on MTV.
I wasn't too old to watch them, but I chose not to watch them.
Oh, you didn't watch Yo MTV Raps on MTV? I mean, in there, like you get to see like Young MC, and it's, I mean, just really fantastic. And when I think about, especially like being able to celebrate America, I want it to be Motown,
yeah,
hair bands, and Yo MTV Raps. And the reality is, Doug, is that Donald Trump has taken that away from us again.
Yes.
Like he literally takes away everything. And I mean, what I'm referring to is the Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen. We have states here in the United States of America. They refer to the 50 independent states that make up our union. When the word state is used to describe like a federal government, a central government, it's usually kind of derogatory, right? Like state television, state it's like
deep state.
Ooh, deep state. Yeah. But it's the state fair to celebrate the United States of America and Freedom 250. And Doug, had you seen the list of the artists that were announced that were going to participate? And it's just classics like Bret Michaels and Young MC and the Commodores and Martina McBride, who you got to throw in somebody for the kids. And Morris Day and the Times,
Vanilla Ice,
Vanilla Ice, Milli Vanilli, and which is just Millie now, apparently.
I was going to say, I don't even think it's Vanilli. I think they would have to add Millie and Vanilla Ice to get themselves somewhere near a million Vanilla Icy.
Yeah.
A Millie and Vanilla Icy. Come on, that would have been.
This is like if there was a Lollapalooza kind of lineup in, 1991.
Yes.
This would be really, really big. It'd be like, dude, I'm going to go see Young MC and Milli Vanilli.
They would have had riders that they had to meet the requirements of if they were doing it at that point. Yeah, it was a second-rate invitation list.
Oh, third rate.
Okay.
And I mean, "Bust a Move" remains one of the greatest songs of all time. I have a playlist on Spotify called Rob Radio, which is unskippable songs that I do not skip, and there are hours and hours and hours. And it's got a little Young MC on it. It doesn't have any.
A few of those people are in it. A few of the Freedom 250 invitees make it to Rob Radio.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I mean, "Blame It on the Rain," that might make it. "Girl, You Know It's True," that might make it. I mean, Vanilla Ice was there. I mean, not Vanilla Ice, Milli Vanilli. You can't name any Milli Vanilli songs?
Not a single one.
Oh, well.
The only thing I know about Milli Vanilli is that they were one of the first groups that got in a little trouble for the fact that they were not live performing their songs, and it became a scandal. That's all.
They weren't even they were not even live performing their songs. It was other people singing.
Yeah, fair enough.
And 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 they had to give their Grammy back because of it.
Oh.
Yeah. So listen. So these people.
Okay. So just let me just pause for a moment before you finish your important point. So Donald Trump's Freedom 250 organization wants to hire some musicians, and they dig deep back into history and find frauds and criminals, people who defrauded Americans in some way or the other.
I don't know. What are you saying about Martina McBride that you're saying criminals? I don't.
they went back and said, who could we get that would sort of fit this president's view of America? Well, who's been fraudulent in their work? Who's committed some kind of level of deceit that probably violated contracts?
Yeah.
Which is contract law. And they're like, that's Donald Trump's kind of America. The frauds.
Yes. Yeah. So, but Milli Vanilli,
and they can only get one. What did Vanilli is Vanilli no longer walking the earth with us?
I don't think Vanilli performs anymore. Yeah. So,
well, if all you got to do is dance around and move your lips.
That's right. Yeah. You in? You volunteering? Yeah. Morris Day and the Time out. Young MC out. The Commodores out. Bret Michaels out. Martina McBride out. Millie out. We're left with a Vanilla Ice concert.
dude, if I'll just tell you, I mean, I'm clear about my lack of support for Donald Trump being president and for the MAGA movement being a political force in America. But if they asked me to come and perform, I would probably say yes. I'm just that hard up. I mean, I am the level of people that would say yes to this thing at this point. Yeah. Some new guitar player that wants to take his busking from the lake, to the reflecting pool.
So funny.
Yeah, I think they'd be down to like me and a couple guys from Floribama Bar that would pay our own way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're just. So yeah, can I get up here? And it's so funny that Donald Trump has like he said, oh well, these are second-rate artists anyways who are too expensive, and we might as well just turn this into a Make America Great Again rally.
A rally. Why don't I just talk for an hour and a half, because that's what people want from their leader. Oh, he's so gross. He's so but look, here's an important point.
Slug-ish.
Somebody should make a little image with a slug and then have the purple face or the orange face on it. I was confused when they first started talking about this state fair 250 thing. And I had to hunt around to get clarification between America 250, which is what Congress has funded and put a bipartisan committee together to run 250-year celebrations all across the United States, including in the federal capital of Washington, D.C. That is a real thing that's going on. And then, of course, the fraud grifter uses his own organization that he calls Freedom 250 to invite people to Washington, D.C. And many of these artists initially believed, is my understanding, that they were being invited to something run by Congress, the America 250, because nobody thinks that the grifter as president has time to be having his organization, which is run by a very small group of people, to put together his own little ripoff scam.
Yes.
Which he did. So these people say yes to something that they think is like just America, celebrating, like we did with the bicentennial. And then they find out, oh no, it's the private nonprofit organization of Donald Trump's. And then they're like, I'm not doing that. And then they find out who else is on the list, and they're like, oh, I'm totally not doing that. I mean, I'm sure if a number of these people, Morris Day was invited to play in America 250, he would pull out the stops. Glad to do it.
Yeah.
Proud to be an American, man. But when Donald Trump runs let's bring UFC people in and then do it as a nonprofit that we're going to charge people a bunch of money for and grift off of it because he's trying to make money off of his own events
right
in the rental property he's living in. Currently living in public housing, by the way. It's not his.
And what he has done is, and we've seen this repeatedly, he will buy stocks. He will buy stock in companies that the federal government is about to do business with.
Yes, before people know that the federal government's about to do business with them.
And the same thing has happened with, the parent company of UFC. He bought stock in that company right before this. But Doug, the whole Freedom 250 event on the mall in DC is it's in jeopardy. Have you heard this? Have you heard this news? That the whole thing is in jeopardy?
Yeah, I've heard that maybe they're just going to have to pull the plug on all of it because they.
Well, listen to this. This is from NBC News. More than 30 gallons of fuel spilled onto the National Mall from generators that were being used at a recent event during America's 250 anniversary, celebrating America's 250 anniversary, that was organized by Freedom 250, a group created by the Trump administration, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. The fuel from generators at the May 17th event seeped into the underground cisterns that collect rainwater to irrigate the mall, the people said. 4 of the cisterns, which hold up to 250,000 gallons, are under the National Mall. The people familiar with the matter said efforts to clean up the spill are underway. Representatives from Freedom 250 said the incident was the result of vandalism.
So the administration that we all hope is going to secure America, the people in charge of our national security, couldn't secure some generators. But we should all be really confident that this...
Or they did it themselves and they're blaming it on Antifa, just like January 6th.
It's incredible.
The whole thing is snake bit. And,
Oh, you know what it is? It's a slugs party. This guy is so incompetent, and all the people around him are so bad at what they do. This reflecting pool nonsense that he wanted to get all fixed up, and then they hired some pool company that first he brags about and then says he doesn't even know, and they spend all this money and they break all this stuff. He's just a shitty landlord, and he's ruining the property. This is the same guy that tore down the East Wing. He just brought in demolition. It is literal and metaphorical that he is demolishing. He's handed 2 things, which America normally rallies around. A big anniversary and the Olympics. 3 things, sorry. The World Cup. He doesn't even know about the World Cup, I'm sure, or he'd be screwing it up in Seattle. Doesn't even know.
Well, no. He knows about the World Cup because he got the FIFA Peace Prize.
There's no way he's sure what FIFA means in relationship to the World Cup. There's just no possible way.
Let me tell you.
This guy is keeping up on soccer.
10 days. In a couple of weeks, Doug, I am my dear wife Vanessa is graduating.
Geez, the way you said that, it sounded like she was.
Yeah.
Sounded like there were going to be 2 people running in Arkansas.
No longer be with us. In a couple of weeks.
Can I make that joke on the podcast? You did not make that joke.
I did not make that joke.
Because your opponent's wife recently passed away. Is the joke?
Yeah. Well, not a joking matter.
No, not at all.
She is going to be.
The joke was the way you said when my dear wife. Okay, go on.
Is graduating with her master's degree.
Okay. With her master's degree
from the Seattle School of Theology and Psychology. Doug, we're going to be in Seattle during the World Cup.
Wonderful.
When Team USA is playing in Seattle.
Man, if they win and you could get in the locker room and start chugging beers with them, that would be a political win.
Doug, Donald
Are you
Trump
going? Can you
suggested.
go? Is it even?
I have looked. I have checked a little bit, and tickets are way expensive.
Yeah, you would need to get. Someone would need to take care of you. Someone would need to.
Hello, America.
Say,
If somebody would like to take care of me, you can reach me at rob@vocomagood.com.
or just make a comment on the Rob Radio on Spotify.
There you go. Donald Trump suggested that maybe the structure that has been built on the south lawn of the White House for the UFC fight, maybe it ought to stay up because it's like the Eiffel Tower. So ridiculous.
You're just such a moron. And truthfully, the fact that the guy now is just being public about the thing he wants to do is make crappy versions of the other stuff that he's made and redesigned. That's all. Yeah. That's what he's doing. It's not just the ballroom. It's the golf courses. It's the reflecting pool. It's these little paving over the rose garden. It's just he just wants to do house remodeling. Apparently, and I know people think it's because he thinks he's going to stay there forever. I don't think he cares. I think this is what he's doing all this for. He wants a legacy, and he knows that a legacy might be better in marble and concrete than in the hearts and minds of the American people. Because the hearts and minds of the American people will remember his legacy as destroying things we love. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to build crappy stuff so people will remember him fondly. Don't you think? Don't you think this whole thing is just, he wants a memorial. He wants a Lincoln Memorial, a Washington Memorial, but he doesn't want just one. He wants to have his fingers on all of this. I'm a big developer and we don't have the Trump Hotel anymore because that contract fell apart. He wants this. That's why he wants the ballroom. Friends, I mean, look, there is no doubt in my mind. It's not security. It's not even technically he wants a ballroom. He wants an edifice of him being president.
Yeah.
That's what he wants. So he's now realizing, oh, that ballroom is not going to get finished. I'm like, we are in serious trouble. How about if we move on to the reflecting pool or the golf course, the public golf course in Washington, D.C., or the little structure for the UFC?
Yeah. But everything, Doug, everything is falling apart. And I've got a weird hair that's going
nobody
weird
can see
direction. It. Nobody can see it. Nobody cares. Everything's falling apart. I mean, his slush fund that we talked about last week is now falling apart, and
it has. They are officially like is it or is it just falling?
They were saying, Blanche said yesterday before the House that the Justice Department is no longer pursuing it. It's not going to happen.
Really, the payments. This is for people that don't keep up on the slush fund, lingo. This is Donald Trump having negotiated with the IRS for what he says was a big crime committed against him when someone in the IRS released his tax returns back in like 2018. He's saying he negotiated a deal with himself because he is in charge, that his family would never again be prosecuted or anyone associated with him by the IRS, hands off all Trump people, and billions of dollars for him to put in a fund to share with other people who were also falsely charged or harassed by the federal government under the Biden administration, right? That's the fund.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're no longer pursuing it. It was being challenged in a couple of ways. One, there was a lot of pushback in Congress about allocating that money. Mm-hmm. And also then there was, some conversation about whether or not, essentially Donald Trump was negotiating with himself over this and the legality of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, that has been, so that's fallen apart. His whole tariff policy has fallen apart. There was some rambling Truth Social post, in the middle of the night about how, the federal government has been ordered to repay the tariffs that have been collected allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's basically like, oh, no, it's too complicated. We don't even know how much it is.
We have built millions of companies. How could we ever figure out who to give the money back to?
Yeah, it's not like we kept accurate records or anything. It's
well,
not
and
like
I thought the other countries were paying the tariff. So you have what, 130 countries? That's all? American companies don't pay tariffs. Why would this be complicated? Because he's Milli Vanilli of presidents.
Yeah. Totally. And, so that's fallen apart.
Wow. Yeah, but that's not done. That's not done yet, right? I mean, that's just, is that not correct? Is that not just the a court ruled that? Now they're
trying to, but his tariff policy has been an absolute disaster.
Completely horrible for America.
Yeah. And Doug, check your texts. There you go.
Did you just make that right now?
Yeah.
You tell me how to make, okay, you keep talking. I'm gonna try to put
this
this
high
up.
Quality, but it is high quality.
Very good. Very good.
The ceasefire with Iran has fallen apart.
That's what I wanted to talk. Here was my concern about writing, because I write the little headlines
blurb
for each and then a little write-up. I'm like, if I write something about the Iran deal, it will look like a rerun to people.
Yeah.
Was that a week ago? Was that 2 weeks ago? Was that a month ago? When did this, was that back when they bombed their nuclear sites? Which time with this guy, after killing so many people, spending so many billions of dollars, and he's still losing to Iran, who's becoming stronger by the day. The deal we critiqued a week ago, he couldn't even get that deal, and that was the worst deal for America. We're only going to get a worser deal, a much more worser deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply stunning. How can he be so bad, Rob? How?
Just absolutely terrible at this. And you know what? And it's one thing to talk about all this stuff, kind of making fun of it, because, the reflecting pool is a waste of money. It's a waste of time. It doesn't really affect us all that much.
Right. Good point.
The Freedom 250 concert, we can poke fun at him for that.
Right.
Who cares? People are literally dying in Iran.
Yes.
And the Middle East.
Yes.
And American service members. And Americans are paying for it at the pump.
Yes.
And in the cost of everything. His tariff policy has created a high cost of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It has made everything more expensive. Like these are real life things. And he is so divisive that Congress can do nothing but provide oversight of his ridiculous cabinet members.
Yep. Yes.
Try to respond to the ridiculous things like the slush fund and keep them from happening.
Yep.
And so the real issues that Americans are having with, here in my congressional district in the last week, more than 150 healthcare jobs have been cut at 2 different hospitals. Um, you know, and much of that is because of the anticipated impact of the One Big Beautiful Bill, the gutting of the federal government by DOGE, making everything slow so that like Medicaid and Medicare reimbursements are running slowly. And, all of this, like, Doug, there's real stuff happening in people's lives.
Yep.
And this guy wants to distract everybody. And it's just, I'm feeling very inarticulate right now because I barely have words for just how ridiculous this is.
Yeah. And I think what's happening here is that to people like us, rightly so, we say, this is what the presidency is about. The big things, the big structural things.
Yes.
We want the government, especially the federal government, to take care of a few things. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in international affairs and between states and here. We think this is what the presidency would be about. Make sure that the laws are enforced when it comes to trade, and don't create trade that's more difficult for people. Don't create situations where our military is active in places that doesn't have any value to the American people. This is the kind of stuff, all the list you just gave is what we think the presidency is about. Donald Trump doesn't think that's what the presidency is about. He thinks it's about owning the libs, building his own reputation, and doing the most petty level of stuff. And it was this way in the first administration, and it's just on wildfire right now. Yeah. Everything he talks about. When Joe Rogan goes to him and says, you should fast track FDA approval for this particular psilocybin related chemical. Okay, that's what I'll do as the president. And then I'll have a meeting in the White House where we do a big bill signing about something that already has a system established for it. We talk about the reflecting, not because Donald Trump is trying to distract us. This is my view. I know other people think he's a mastermind of distraction. He is not. He is a small, petty man who is driving any professional in this administration out of their minds because he keeps diverting us away from anything that America should care about into the most absurd, small-minded, small-handed projects over and over and over again. And it's never going to not be that way. This is all the guy has. This is a man who literally started a steak company to rebrand steaks. Rob, I know billionaires. None of them are selling ties and steaks with their names on them.
Well, he wasn't a billionaire before then.
Minded man.
Yeah. He wasn't a billionaire before. He only became a billionaire like through his crypto pump and dump that he did.
Well, he told us he was a billionaire when he ran. People believed it. People believed he was a billionaire when he was on that show.
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice, yeah. Right?
Yeah. Doug, do you want the perfect metaphor for this?
And by the way, Rob made this image just while we were talking. If you want to know, he's just
and you don't have the full thing, but
I don't.
It's just make America. Well, I mean, it's cropped there, so you can't see the full image. There we go.
There we go.
Make America slimy again. Yeah, it's great.
Good one.
Here is the perfect metaphor of the Trump administration. A bedbug infestation at the agricultural department building is riling agency staff, reigniting frustrations over remote work policy and making at least some employees sick. The bugs were found in the building that houses the Animal and Plant Inspection Service the agency responsible for containing and mitigating the spread of invasive pests in the U.S.
The part of the federal government that's supposed to keep a track on invasive pests has a bed bug infestation?
Yes.
I think I know where they came from.
This guy, it's just
the slime, the slime slug.
It's just he can't do anything right. Can't do anything right. And Doug, your theory that he has only hired people more incompetent than himself, clearly that's true at the Animal and Plant Inspection Service as a part of the Department of Agriculture and the
Look, I own rental properties, and in one of our rental properties we had a bed bug infestation.
Oof.
Which is a big deal when you're a small potatoes landlord like I was, like having to fumigate and do a thing, and the tenant that's in that unit has to move out. We have to cover those costs. It's terrible for us. One of the things about bed bugs is you can kind of track where they came from. The tenant brought in a mattress. And that's where the bed bugs came from.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. When they figure out where these bed bugs came from, I would suggest to you the chances could be pretty good that it was somebody who stayed at Mar-a-Lago, which has also had bed bug infestations. What's the link between someone staying at Mar-a-Lago and then going over to a federal building and in their clothing, in their bag? If it's Donald Trump, it could be anywhere in that hair. Here come the bed bugs. So if someone's looking around for the trail, start in the pants box at Mar-a-Lago, because that's a real
said they were
target-rich environment, considering the fact that they've had multiple bed bug infestations at Mar-a-Lago. I owned rental properties off Lake Street in Minneapolis, and a tenant brought them in.
Slumlord.
I did not own a resort.
Employees said they were hesitant to bring their belongings out of the office and further risk introducing bed bugs into their own homes.
At home.
They have also discussed among themselves the possibility of filing a complaint with OSHA, but fear retribution for doing so.
That's perfect. Of course. They're afraid that if they tattle on dear leader, that he's going to send the crew in. Look, a lot of people are worried about what if the Trump administration comes after us? What if they target us? Our attitude around vote common good is, come and get us. I mean, please send your investigators in here and send your federal agents to Minneapolis with death on their hips and watch what happens. Do you know how you stop a guy like Donald Trump? You stand up. You tell the truth anyway. What is that department called? The Department of Pest and what's it called?
I don't know. I clicked away from it. It's part of the USDA, the Department of Agriculture.
They should stand up. I see that Peggy put in the chat that now Trump is saying that Donald Trump is saying that Netanyahu is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In interviews, Trump has repeatedly stated that Israel is losing the PR war and needs to finish its military campaign quickly. But that's about Gaza, is it not?
It's Gaza and Lebanon, and how
it's all that.
Yeah, it's making the peace talks more difficult. Yeah, they had a tense phone call allegedly on Monday. Because you can probably take a phone call from a hospital bed.
By the way, there have been appearances that he's made over the last 8 days.
No, there haven't.
Oh.
I mean, this is a news report from 45 minutes ago. Trump has been shielded from public view for more than a week. President Donald Trump has not made any public events on his schedule since Memorial Day. It has been barely spotted at all by the press corps since his 3-hour doctor's appointment with Walter Reed last Tuesday. Trump has sat down for interviews behind closed doors, but has yet to put himself in a situation where his stamina may be scrutinized. Since today is no different, the president has policy meetings, executive time.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. That people, he had been seen by people in some sort of private settings, but probably sitting down.
Yeah. So apparently he had a phone call with Benjamin Netanyahu where he, kind of yelled at Benjamin Netanyahu. And, this is Donald Trump's, version of the story. A perfect phone call, I'm sure, just like he had with Zelensky years ago, where he called Benjamin Netanyahu effing crazy and, said that he was putting everything at risk, and saying he's, a little perturbed about how Israel is fighting with Hezbollah in Lebanon and how that is hurting the peace talks in Iran.
Yeah, because when Netanyahu told Donald Trump what to do, Netanyahu was doing it as a part of a larger plan for how Israel wanted to dominate the region. And now Donald Trump is like, well, hey, you guys aren't just working on Iran not having nuclear weapons. This is why other presidents didn't let Benjamin Netanyahu be the president.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
While you're being the interior designer and the general contractor for the reflecting pool.
Yeah, Extreme Makeover Washington, D.C. edition.
Oh my gosh, it's just, and look, I know that voters can't. No one in their normal lives pays attention to this stuff this much, other than the sub-collective of 10 or 15% of Americans who care about this, and half of those are Trump supporters, and the other half of us think he's nuts. So, right, there's 15% of all of us that can pay attention at this level. A lot of Americans who voted for Trump Vance on Election Day 2024 still think he's probably doing a great job. Like, they have no idea. You could not possibly guess or know any of this. Even if you watch Fox News, you're going to know a little bit. But most people, contrary to a lot of liberals' beliefs, don't watch Fox News. 80 million people voted for the guy. If Fox News had ratings of 80 million, they would be thrilled. If they had ratings of 8 million, they would be thrilled. It's up to all of us to tell our friends and families and neighbors what is going on.
Yeah. And, come November 3rd, we get to spread the slug killer stuff that we've been hiding in the shed.
Alex says that's where Trump is. He's being disinfested. They quarantined him. Alex, you're on it. They quarantined Trump for the 8 days because they have to get rid of the bed bugs that he brought from Mar-a-Lago and is spreading all over Washington, D.C. He is patient zero of the bed bug infestation.
Yep.
People are saying.
Many
people are saying.
Yep.
I know Alex says that none of the people she knows who voted for Trump have changed their minds. They haven't told you they have.
Yep. I met somebody today Wednesday. We're podcasting on a Wednesday. Met somebody on Monday who I have a cat that's now decided that she is gonna walk right across. Cats, man.
We've literally now made a cat video for YouTube.
Oh, she's purring now.
What is this?
Ridiculous.
The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson?
Utterly ridiculous.
Raquel Welch?
Now she's just laying down on my keyboard, and oh my goodness sakes. Okay, so I met somebody on Monday who is running for city council in one of our local communities, nonpartisan race, and he was telling me this. I said, "Oh, well, I'm running for office too. I'm running for Congress." He's like, "Oh, are you the Democrat running?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I used to be a Republican." I said, "Oh, what happened?" He said, "January 6th."
Oh.
Yep. He's like, I used to think, that, like whoever's the head of your party, it's just a temporary thing. And like, people who oppose Trump need to stay in the Republican Party, the never Trumpers. And, because it's not going to be forever. And then January 6th happened. And he's like, "I'm done." And now he's running for city council, which is a nonpartisan race, but he clearly sees himself very differently politically than he has in the past.
He sees himself not as a Republican, which is a step a lot of people take.
Donald Trump did that. The stickers, I did that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. On the gas pumps, we got Trump's face pointing at the price.
Yeah. But there's voters that we could put those stickers on. Donald Trump did that. He made it so that they could not be Republicans any longer or support Republicans any longer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. His face could be pointing up at the people who left. But more people joined him. I mean, this is the thing, because we do political work, we vote. We have to recognize that somewhere between 2021 and 2024, more people wanted him to be president than wanted him to be president before that, if they were in the voting subset. I know that there's more people who didn't vote for Donald Trump in America than did, but of those who voted, the majority voted for him. There was also an election yesterday all over the country.
Yeah.
The Democrats are putting forth people who are the response.
And I'm sad that our friend Katie Porter didn't advance in the California gubernatorial race.
Yes.
We're big fans of Katie Porter.
Yeah. I'm very sad. I'm very saddened about that.
She had a rough campaign. Yeah, this was a tough one.
Yep. But some good people in Iowa have moved forward that we're very encouraged by. Across the board, I think the Democrats are putting forth congressional and Senate candidates, generally speaking, that are good quality people. Now, you had some news earlier today that I wasn't aware of, that my regular texting buddy from Maine, old Graham, sends me texts on a regular basis, is tied up in yet another scandal. One of the scandals being the artwork tattooed on his body.
Yeah.
And now one of sexting, which the fact that has to be a word, it's the worst mashup since blog.
Oh, I like blog. The cat is sitting on my keyboard, which means I cannot open the article.
You can, Rob, move the cat.
Well, she's fat.
Pick her up and put her on the floor.
It's completely legitimate to body shame cats. You see this stupid little face right here? See her down here? Such a
Just
moron.
pick her up and put her somewhere else. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know she's on a keyboard. She doesn't know that down there is good for her as here, and it's better for you. Just join her in the goodness.
Okay, here we go. Come here, you moron. Her name
is
Sage.
This the cat that wandered into your house too, by the way, and you didn't even decide on this one? Did this one just show up?
Well, I mean, they were.
You hear her say thank you? You're welcome, Renegade Kitty.
I don't think that was a thank you.
For sure it was.
So,
I love how people interpret
she's coming right back.
Well,
Graham Plattner is the she's gonna hit the camera now.
Oh, just
this ridiculous. You don't like cats, Doug?
I do like cats. It's never cats, Rob. It's not dogs or cats. It's dog and cat owners. They are animals. We have consciousness and will and movable thumbs and
opposable thumbs.
we have things.
Okay.
Back to it.
Graham Plattner is going to be the Democratic nominee running against Susan Collins for Senate in the U.S. Senate in Maine. Over the weekend, it was reported that Plattner had sent explicit messages to at least 6 women despite being married and maintained an active profile on Kik. Are you familiar with Kik? I don't know. Kik, an anonymous chatting platform notorious for lax identification methods that have enabled the proliferation of child sexual abuse material. What kind of creeper has spent a decade on a platform like Kik and sent a dozen explicit kinds of messages, and who knows what else? John Fetterman, senator from Pennsylvania, told CNN. John Fetterman, who's going to be a Republican sooner rather than later. I fully expect a party switch from that guy. Much like
not when they're out of power. Not when they're out of power. He
won't. Much like we saw with Arlen Specter, another Pennsylvania senator back in the day who switched parties. But he went the other way. He went from Republican to Democrat. Yeah. So this guy, Graham Plattner, who is
now, is all that stuff old? Is it all put in the bag of that was a long time ago, I'm a different person now category? Because that's what the tattoos and some of the other things. But here's the thing. We shouldn't have to be talking about it. We shouldn't have to be guessing dates. We shouldn't have to be figuring this out. Stop running for office, Democrats, if you're involved in sexual misconduct. And if you don't know that the thing you're doing on the internet is misconduct, if you're unclear about what counts as misconduct, don't run.
Yeah.
Because voters shouldn't have to be digging around. And look, this is true of Republicans too. You know, the guy from New York, big liar. What was that guy's name?
George Santos.
George Santos. Like, our political system only works. Did you just get bit by your cat?
I just got scratched by my cat. Oh, stop. She's excited about the cord of my headphone cord. Seriously, the cat is like a Graham Plattner scandal. Just will not go away. You put her down once, and it just comes right back with a vengeance. Mm-hmm. We thought a Nazi tattoo was too much. Now we've got, he was on a anonymous texting platform called Kik, sending sexually explicit people to messages to people who are not his wife. Get out of here!
It's
seriously.
Voters shouldn't have to decide this stuff. Voters shouldn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Vet candidates, would you please? Just vet people. And if you start running and this stuff comes up, deal with it or quit. It's just so ridiculous. It is just so dumb. And I don't care if we want to be like, well, John Kennedy, he had about, and Bill Clinton, they were them too. No one is this good. No one is so good at being a politician that we all need to deal with this. Just quit it. Whether you think it's moral or immoral, or you think we should have more freedom, I don't care. It doesn't work for this job. These are jobs that you beg to be hired for. And it's not helping anyone that we keep having people who are Democrats who, when you start digging around, their lives are a total wreck, especially when there's a predator as president. Just so maddening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not just Democrats. This is true. I'm sure when you were hanging around with those libertarians at the Libertarian Party where they argued if we should have driver's license or not, probably a bunch of those libertarians.
I wasn't at that. It's just that's my favorite.
You just knew it happened.
My favorite YouTube clip of all time.
Oh, is it just on YouTube that you saw it? Well, I put you right there in the...
I might have been watching that presidential debate.
You know how you can be nice to animals? Create a context in which the animal is safe. Be kind. Protect your animals. Don't let the slugs climb on your shoulders.
Oh, good.
Don't let the dogs have panic attacks and bark like crazy.
Don't let the cats lay on your keyboard.
Don't let the cat out of the bag. Be kind.
Yeah.
To animals. And have your pet spayed or neutered. I'm going to go full Bob Barker on the podcast. Oh. You know, if Brandon was here, if he's watching right now, he'd be like, Doug, don't say the I love cats as long as they're cooked right joke. Don't tell that joke.
Yeah.
Don't eat cats. Our neighbors have
cats?
chickens, though. And they're kind of pets.
You do eat those?
I eat chicken.
Oh.
I eat chicken.
Don't eat fish.
I don't eat fish. No.
Yeah.
I love fish too much. Fish are like pets. Toxic, mercury-laden pets. All right. It's just truly, I mean, the great thing about our work, the great thing about you running, the great thing about these candidates winning their primaries is we just have to replace the people who are not qualified. And the qualifications are not that high. Don't be a crook.
Yeah.
Don't be a fraud. Don't be sexually harassing and abusing people.
Seems about right.
Should we update the common good commitment? I'm committed to not being a total POS.
Yeah.
Person of suspicion.
The bar is shockingly low.
So in Maine, is it the governor that then was also seeking the nomination for the...
She dropped out.
She dropped out.
Mm-hmm. Janet Mills, I believe is her name.
She doesn't have to stay out forever. Dropping out doesn't have to be permanent. It's not a board game. You could jump back in.
Listen, there are people who agree with Graham Plattner's policy positions that are refusing to suggest that maybe he shouldn't be running for the United States Senate. And, unwilling to change their support of him. And listen, that's totally up to them. I'm not saying people should or shouldn't. I think we need to think about how there is policy is important, and so is character. And I'm not saying everybody has to be perfect or not some puritanical kind of thing. What I'm suggesting is that I don't know. When someone like this has these number of scandals, it's concerning. It's very, very concerning.
Next Tuesday is the Maine primary. So you're saying there's still a shot. Yeah, look, Rob, of course, not calling for puritanical demands. There are just a few things that if you did them, they make you unelectable. Sexting and harassing people is now one of those. If you're unclear about what's on the list, there are some things. If you are a Republican running for office and you shoot and kill your dog because you didn't know how to train it, you will be given an administrative role inside the Trump administration. Those are the rules. If you're a Democrat running for governor in California and you are involved in multiple sexual encounters with employees, you will not. It's not about being puritanical. It's about being qualified to win. Now, would it be better if everyone behaved in ways that were honorable? Yes. Wearing blackface in college apparently is iffy. Wearing blackface last week, not iffy. This, I mean, it's truly, if you're maintaining a website or an account on an obscure website that you haven't been on in years and you didn't even know you were on there, just come out and say it and explain why you were ever on there in the first place. And deal with it and move on and see if you're qualified to run.
Yeah. Yeah, or if you've got
look,
this
I mean,
stuff,
we're talking.
like,
We could go back to John Edwards being bothered by the $400 haircut, and then it turns out, oh yeah, and also with his campaign manager cheating on his wife, dying of cancer, and paying for her baby, paying for her while she's going to have his baby, paying for her housing.
Yep.
Can we stop all that? I mean, can we just go down the list? Should we go Gary Hart here? Just like in our lifetime, Rob, of like, FDR covered up the fact that he couldn't walk for like a long time, right?
Yeah.
How long was it? A year? Years? Maybe. Yeah, you don't do that anymore. Donald Trump's not seen in public in 8 days, and we're all like, is he wheeling around? It's not our world anymore. This is not Camelot. We're not pretending that Marilyn Monroe can come have affairs with the president and everybody thinks, oh, he's just so beautiful. He's just so great. This isn't even 1990s Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sending now with Graham Platter, it's unsolicited, or it's just he's on there sending things to someone he's not married to, and people are like, is it one of those?
You are asking me
I know. Sorry.
Level of knowledge about Graham Plattner's.
Well, again, who cares? Point being, we shouldn't have to look it up. Federal agents shouldn't have to go into a former president's bedbug-ridden resort and grab pants boxes.
Rifle through pants boxes looking for
nope
for classified documents.
Nope. In the bathroom where they're stored in the shower. Armed supporters of a failed presidential campaign should not attack the Capitol. They're just like, and anybody who wants to run around and be like, hey, we shouldn't be so puritanical about all this stuff. We should be, okay, then don't be in politics. Be free. There are a lot of rules, are there not, Rob, about when someone becomes a senator or a congressperson? There's a lot of freedoms that non-elected officials can experience that an elected official gives up when they take that job. Some by custom and some by demand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't run for office if you're one of these people.
That's right. Yeah.
Your policy positions are not unique to you. They're not your DNA. You're not a superhero. No one needs you. We need good people. Oh, and I know it's been going on. Yeah, that's not the point. The point is, are we just going to be okay with it going on? Not how long has it been going on?
Yeah.
Dumb. Hey, dumb. Remember that in Flintstones when the little Martian guy, the great Kazoo, came down?
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, dumb. I don't know. It was so cute. It was just the best. That's what we should talk about of this. Like, hey, dumb. Can we just quit with the sexting? By the way, could everybody just stop with the sexting if you're in public world and if you want to be? Just get a hobby. But then, are you watching the show DTF St. Louis? Have we talked about this?
I have watched it.
Did you know it was made by the people that made Patriot?
I did.
Stephen Conrad. Did you like it? Because you're getting very quiet right now.
No, I liked it a lot.
You finished it?
I'm done.
Okay.
How far are you?
Oh, done. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's not what people think. You see the previews, you see the name, and you think, oh, this is like this is gonna be like a Sex in the City kind of show, or like this is gonna be like
right.
It's not that.
No, it's a cautionary tale of character development and sweetness. And so, nobody's normal. It just looks that way from across the street. That's the theme of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, again, how many federal elected seats are there?
535.
And then a president, a vice president.
Yeah, 537.
And then a couple of territories. Maybe the District of Columbia. 550. 350 million people in America. More than half of those, about half of those are adults old enough to run for some of these offices. Is there a limit on how old you can be to run for Congress or for Senate?
You have to be 25 to run for Congress.
150, 100 million, 150, 125 million eligible people to run for 550 slots.
This is the best we have.
We can have a freaky America. No one's tapping down on the freak in America by saying, let's just have our politicians not be people who will lose races because they're doing this stuff. If you want to get your freak on, have at it. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of whatever you dream. Don't run for Congress or for Senate or for the presidency.
Yep.
And maybe it's only half of those. Maybe we only need half or three quarters. Just the Democrats. Let the Republicans run their freak flags. Bah. But he's not the only. There are 25 Senate races, 27 Senate races in this cycle, something like that. There's a bunch of great candidates running. Maybe he's a great candidate. I don't know. Shouldn't have to be factoring this in. people that I know who support him were like, you know what I love about him is he talked about those tattoos because he's got some period of his life. He's a Navy SEAL and he had these tattoos and said he didn't know what some of them were, knew what some of them were, whatever. He came out and talked about it and explained it and brought people along. If you got to do it again, okay. But by the way, this is not Obama having to do a speech about race or his pastor. Dum-dum. All right. You done?
Dum-dum. I'm done.
So mad. Just
unforced errors. Unforced errors.
Alex is on fire today. It's not the cream of the crop. It's the cream of the crap. It's the slime of the slug. Hey, Vote Common Good is going to be in Long Beach, California on the 24th of June, showing the Who's the We documentary, the Art House. Vote Common Good is going to be in Memphis, Tennessee on the 12th of June. Come to Memphis. Got a big event there supporting the rights for people to vote. Monday the 8th, Vote Common Good will be in Washington, D.C. at a meeting with candidates running for office as Democrats to flip seats currently held by Republicans. Got a busy June in front of us.
That's right.
Rob Ryerson running for Congress. Any updates on the campaign?
Campaign. We finished our You Deserve a Town Hall tour. We did 9 town halls in the month of May. And it really was fantastic. Got to see the slice of America and Arkansans, throughout these town halls, really encouraging. Not everybody agreeing on everything. But being able to have conversations and talk about stuff and hear each other, that's, tremendously important. So now in June, we've got trip to Memphis where we're highlighting the importance of voter rights and the need for to ban mid-decade redistricting. We need a independent federal board that draws House district lines rather than partisan state legislatures doing it.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
So we've got a group of candidates that are running for office, congressional candidates from around the country, from multiple states, from California to New England,
the New York Islands, the Redwood Forest,
all over the country.
The Gulf Spring waters
are descending on Memphis to say, hey, when we get elected to Congress, we're going to take a stand for this. Then you got a bunch of pride events this month and here in Arkansas, and showing up for those, and it's just plugging along with campaigning.
Thanks, y'all, for being a part of all this goodness. VoteCommonGood.com. You can get all the info and keep up on all of it. A lot more coming. Get on the email list. We send out regular updates. And get on Rob Ryerson for Congress. Rob for Congress.
RobForCongress.com.
Where the com stands for community.
There you go.
All right. We good? All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the chat. Hey, good to see you. So much good activity. Thanks, y'all. And see you in a little bit. Stay slug free. We'll just put that up one more time. Bye now.
If you really want to torture the slugs, you pour some salt on them. I don't do that because that seems cruel, but that's how you can torture them.
Do you remember that? See, we just can't finish. Do you remember that song, "Cruel to be kind in the right measure"? You'd be cruel to be kind. It's a very good sign.
I don't think I know that song.
cruel to be kind. Look it up on Spotify. Look it up on the Joe Rogan music distribution system.
Is it is the singer playing at Freedom 250?
I'm sure this person's not alive anymore. I don't know.
Free to be kind?
Cruel to be kind.
Cruel
to be kind in the right measure. I'm gonna work it up in my little stand-up set.
Nick Lowe?
Oh.
This is a song from 1979.
1979.
Yeah, this is like the bonus content after the credits of a movie.
The singer Nick Lowe still alive? It's not going to work.
No.
Nick Lowe was born March 24th, 1949, and is 77 years old.
Hey.
So apparently he's still alive. Hi, Nick. Yeah. It's a catchy little tune. I'm not saying, that you should take any songwriter's lyrics as, command, but it's pretty good. We done? Now we're going to get demonetized. Good.
You got 30 seconds, right?
No. You have, on the new algorithm rules, you have 0 seconds. So good.
There you go. 28 seconds of.
It doesn't matter. That's not a real thing. You can't play 2 seconds. You can't play 1 second.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is this? Did I just get our podcast kicked off of YouTube?
No.
Gonna get one of this.
All they do is they just demonetize and say you can't make money off these, and we don't monetize this live stream. So you were just getting to the point. You're just. I mean, it's a song that within 30 seconds you've hit the chorus. Well, turn it on loud when you get done and see if it sticks in your head today. All right.
This is not a song I'm familiar with.
Really? Yeah, but what was that other song that you and Dan, we were together and you and Dan weren't familiar with? And I'm like, this is an absolute American classic. You guys had never heard. I can't remember. Okay. All right. We done? Bye.
Bye.